Hello, my name is Miladies. I am your spirit shifter here, guiding you on your journey towards self-awareness. And today we will be talking about Mars in Cancer. All right. This video is going to be for the next 3 months. I miss y'all. I love y'all. Let me know if you can hear me. Hello, TikTok. All right, you can hear me. Yo, I miss y'all so much. All right. I've been going through it. You've been going through it. And we here. All right. This is what shifting is all about. So, first and foremost, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I have people from different places, locations, like, I'm just very grateful. We at 680. Okay. Pedro. Hey, ¿cómo está? All right. So we got a bunch of people on here. We're going to talk about the universal number 9. We're going to talk about Mars and Cancer. I'm going to be giving some rising signs advice. And of course, we're going to be doing the tarot. So stick with me for a while. We're going to be talking. I'm going to let y'all know I'm reading a book. I'm going to let y'all know about that too. Let me know in the comments, how has January treated you so far? It's basically, hey everybody, it's basically feels still like we're in December. I felt like last week was a tricky week because you're trying to tell me it's December and January in the same week. I'll wait till Monday. That's how I felt. You know what I mean? So the main important thing today is get your fucking health together. Yes, I'm going to be saying all of this. For each and every one of us is important for us to get our health together. All right. Stop ignoring those pains. Stop ignoring that, your body desires more vitamins and mineral. If you haven't been going to the bathroom right, start figuring out what fibers you're going to be adding. Because again, this year it's really geared towards our health, which is one of the reasons why we're starting off the first 3 months of the year feeling not motivated and frustrated. Yeah, this is the test right here. We're being tested. So we're going to talk about that. Yeah, so let's get started. Again, let me know how y'all feeling. How y'all doing? I'm surviving and thriving at the same time. I did want to share last year around this time, I was sharing the Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius energy. And then all of a sudden, right, unexpectedly, expectedly, my father passed away. So I'm smiling because I was able to manage last year without having a complete breakdown. So I know this year is going to be like, hello, grieving time. So I grieved and I traveled last year. And I want to say I'm ready to dig into this grieving. So yeah, I had 2 deaths last year around this time. So I'm seeing how things go. This is why y'all don't see me show up so much. So if you're grieving, that's another thing. Let's get to it. Let's not wait. Let's do it together. I grieve and I party. Because I always share we're not going to be grieving and looking sad, But yes, it's been dragging, right? All right. So with the universal year 9, what does that mean? Last year, we focused on 8, which was connected to Saturn. All right. The universal year 9 is connected to our humanitarian side. So for those of you who are life path 9, this is in numerology. And I'll write an article about that so you guys can go and dig into that. If you enjoy numerology, if you're a life path 9, yeah, we're also being asked this year heavily to release and to let go. And I'll give you guys 3 tips on how to manage the year. So basically, y'all know I got my information right because I write a lot. So how is this the year 9? You basically add 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, the year, and then that gives you 9. And so this happens a lot. Every year the number goes consecutively, and it gives us an energy to ride on. This is why it's important to start the new year in April, so that you can collect all this information that's being shifted for us, and in April you can begin to start taking full throttle action, right? Some of us are taking action now, some of us are being affected by this energy, and some of us are not. So it all goes real personal when you dig into your natal chart and everything else that any advice you may have gotten for 2025. So in general, all of us are riding into a 9 year. So yes, the theme is still letting go heavily. All right. The theme for us to create a new chapter, because next year is going to be a year 1, which means it's going to be a new beginning. Does it mean that you don't start something now? It's up to you. What is it that you want to start? Does it mean that you complete things that you have already started? Yes, that part. This year, if you do not complete anything that you have started 2, 3, 5 years ago, let it go. Let it go. All right. Hello. Because the reality is, whatever we desire, we're going to go full throttle for. Fear, scared, crying, we're going to go for it. I've seen it happen plenty of times. So if you don't have that energy for any projects or any connections that you recently have to complete things this year, that includes relationship, that includes work, that includes the way you treat yourself, the way you treat your kids, the way you treat your parents. All of that is coming in right now. All right. Because these wounds that we thought were over are not. Yeah. Mars in Cancer is bringing it in heavy. So, yes, the next couple of months is going to be very triggering and testing. So, if you have parental issues with your parents or your children, might start snapping at you. What we going to do? Are we going to use those tools that we've been using or that we've learned and we put to the side and then complain about life, or are we going to actually incorporate them? Right, there's a lot of tools that I have to incorporate this year, so I'm talking to you, you're talking to me, we talking to each other. All right, so it's a year of completion, transformation, and like I said, letting go. All right, it's basically you're cleaning up your life. What does that look like? I noticed that a lot of us tend to be a little bit laid back in life because we had our parents to push us, right? They might have been annoying, but they was pushing us to do something. When you become independent and you're on your own, you're in charge of your life. You're in charge to clean it up. So what does that look like? All right. So the reality is we're all going to be receiving huge things. Shall we open ourselves up for it? So making space to receive. All right. So this year it's all about being wise with the things that we do, be putting our soul into the things that we do, allowing ourselves to learn the spiritual lessons, right? Not the religious lessons, the spiritual lessons. Do some lessons come from religion? Depends where you're at, who you with, what you're doing, who do you believe in, right? More than likely, religion comes with some type of lesson depending on the book that you're reading and what you're studying, right? So, how does that turn into your spiritual lesson as a human? Okay, come and see that. All right. Letting go of any unhealthy habits. All right. One of my unhealthy habits that really triggered me to stop is coffee. Okay. Coffee. So, that's an unhealthy habit that I am choosing to release. Now, something happened to me the other day that I wasn't wise enough. And I'm like, oh, my stomach is hurting. I had chai tea. Chai tea is black tea. Black tea has caffeine. You can't eat that, sis. I mean, you can't drink that, sis. So That's the type of awareness that we're being asked to use. Awareness to track back 2 or 3 days and figure out what the clues are, because there's so much that's shifting, right? Those of us who are meditating, those of us who are into our spiritual practices, you're going through portals, so it's gonna go fast. Once again, are you ready? Are you writing your gratitude, right? If it's anything that we can do, is write our gratitude. What are we grateful for? You guys know that I had the 30-day gratitude, which, by the way, I'll put it somewhere here so y'all can go back to it. Guess who's doing it again? I am. I started in January. 30-day gratitude. It doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? Especially with what we're going through, because we all going to be going through this shit. All right, so continue with the life path 9. On a collective level, we're going to be shifting heavily, right? Connecting socially, like a lot of structures are going to be dismantled, right? Heavy on the protection this year, heavy on the protection. And I understand that a lot of people, because this was said to me before when I shared about being protected this year, some people have this huge connection with their spiritual team where they feel like they don't have to worry about protection, because if they do think about protection, then that means that they creating a cause and effect. Who, right? That could be true for that person. And well, it's multiple people that said that. For those of you who still feel that you are in desire to get protected by your spiritual team, your spirit guides, or oh, what's all of this? Hold on, y'all. Something just happened. Okay, I'm right here. You see, I'm telling y'all to get protected, and my computer did something. All right. So, like, me, I enjoy having something physical to have me in a space of knowing that I'm protected. Why? Because where I live literally is not as protective as other neighborhoods, right? That's because I chose to live here. That's nobody's problem, right? So again, when I say heavy on the protection, whether if it's using the Bible, your Psalms, whatever it is that you enjoy to do, lighting up your candle, doing a protection spell on yourself, doing a protection bath, right? The reality is that we don't know, right? There's entities. It doesn't have to be a physical person. It could be an entity that's seeing you leveling up, about to shift somebody's mindset. You never know. I'm not doing no fear mongering. All I'm saying is that as humans, we have to understand that we don't know everything, that's including myself. And that there's plenty of times that I've been sat down, humbled down, because I felt a certain type of way about the way I'm running my spiritual practices. And it was just like, yeah, no, sweetie, you're gonna have to do that too. Right. So I've had humbling moments. So again, take it how you choose. Speak greatness over your name, protection over yourself, protect yourself before you go out the door. It could be a simple imagination of shielding yourself. It can be again, a prayer. It can be a crystal, right? I enjoy having this obsidian with me when I'm on the train in New York City. All right. Because it helps me. So how are you going to protect yourself, right? That's on the line. In addition to that, oh no, because we got homework. In addition to protecting ourselves, changing society, we also have to incorporate good thoughts into how we desire this world to turn out. Yes, because we're in charge of that. Meditating, right? Despite what's happening out there, how can we sit within ourselves during this universal 9 year and basically bring into existence some of the things that we desire to see on earth? That could take 5 minutes a week. What is your vision? Even in your community, you can start off in your community. I mean, literally, we cannot think about the whole world being at peace, right? At this current time. But if we do get together, we can, right? But we gotta get everybody together. Anyways, we're here, work on ourselves. So individually, how can you bring in that space of how would you like children to be treated? How would you like elderlies to be treated? Right? Because sooner or later, we're gonna be elders, right? So let's create that for ourselves. Let's create how we would like to be treated in the next 20 to 30 years. That's the mindset, right? Working on that mindset. Because it really does go back to individuality to then bring that to consciousness. All right. I'm gonna leave it there because I'm getting all the way up there. All right. The advice for this year is releasing the baggages. All right. Habits, mindsets. All right. Being able to allow yourself to not be weighed down by anything, not even yourself. Right. Being able to open up to new chapters in your life. All right. A lot of endings, which by the way, I'm reading this book right here. Conscience Uncoupling, 5 Steps to Living Happily Even After, How to Break Up in a Whole New Way. So I'll let you guys know how this book goes. I not only am reading this for relationship breakups. Let's think about this real quick. Some of us have to peacefully break up with our parents. Some of us have to peacefully break up with our friends. Some of us, at least with desire to peacefully break up with people, right? Continuing that cycle of hurting somebody and like hurting each other because things didn't work out. How can we begin to get out of that? How can we end relationships without the turmoil, right? Without the anger, because that's something that we're adding to our karma. So while we're healing our inner child over here, now we've created more karma in relationships that's blocking relationships. And then now we got to work over here. So how from now can we begin to break up and still be cordial with each other, right? So this year there's going to be a lot of endings in relationships, friendships, jobs, all right? Yourself. Some of us are definitely kicking negative Nancy out. We tired. We tired. All right. Forgive so that you can be free. So y'all know that I like challenges. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is the 7-day forgiveness challenge. This year is about forgiveness, compassion. Again, important forgiveness because there's going to be a lot of endings, right? So how can we bring compassion to the situation? And maybe we don't. Maybe we want to be angry. Maybe, but remember, when you are angry, the other person might be out there just having the time of their life, and you out here, holding on to things. Does it mean that you don't hold on? Yes. Does it mean that you can then work through it to let it go? Right? We always say forgive. We're not saying forget. Something about our brain, we could never forget about anything. What we can do is learn to forgive ourselves. All right. Not because of the situation that happened and we let the person in our life. Just keep continuing to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And as you begin to forgive yourself, everything else, if you've tried it before, everything else will subside. I'm telling y'all right now, Ho'oponopono, magical. It helped me with my mom's relationship. All right. And then tap into your inner wisdom. All right. Tapping into your inner wisdom, the lessons that you've been through. All right. The lessons that you missed. Right. There's some lessons that we missed that might be coming back around. So what is that? Right. If we have communication issues, concerns with other people, those lessons could be coming back around with other people. Right. Again, if you allow yourself to be taken advantage of, right? We know what getting taken advantage of feels like. How do we begin to continue to recognize those actions so that we don't, and we begin to build more boundaries? All right. And FYI, you also have a personal year. So we have the collective number, and then you have your own personal number. But I'm not gonna I'll leave a link down below on how you can see that, because I'm not gonna sit here and confuse the bleep out of y'all. All right. So let's get into this Mars in Cancer. I did write an article about the fight that Mars just had in Leo with Pluto and Aquarius. So Mars and Pluto had another interaction November 3rd of 2024. So that November 3rd, January 3rd, which was the article that I wrote about, and in January 20th, there's going to be another fight. So there's a lot going on. All right. Now that 3 days later, Mars goes into Cancer, all hell is now, pretty much breaking loose. People are angry. We're frustrated. Emotions are rising. Indecision. All right. So when Mars is direct, first of all, it doesn't do good in Cancer. So let's get that out the way. Mars doesn't do good in Cancer. So when it is in Cancer and then it's retrograde, it's being an instigator, pretty much. It's starting trouble because it doesn't want to be there. You feel me? It doesn't want to be in the emotions. It wants to go, go, go. And so Mars has been in the motion of retrograde since last year. This is one of the reasons why we're motivated, not motivated. Motivated, not motivated. Indecisions and things like that, because our drive, our boldness, our courage is being subsided at this time, is being pushed back so that we can go internal, reminding ourselves that retrogrades is to work what's going on inside of us, right? This is the time for journaling. This is the time to deeply heal. This is going to be happening until April. So while Mars goes direct February 23rd in Cancer, it's still going to be in Cancer all the way up to April 16th, 17th. That's nearly like the first 3 months of the year. Yes, so the first 3 months of the year, we are going to be dealing with our emotions heavily. A lot of people are going to be recognizing how they may have been the cause of some of the issues, right? When you begin to grab self-awareness by the and you journal, you ask yourself questions, there's going to be a lot of revelation. And this will not be able to happen if you don't make space. So this is one of the reasons why is that go-go energy doesn't feel like that so much. All right. And then I'll share who's going to be affected a lot in this. Who's going to be affected, who's not. There's like about 4 zodiac signs that's not going to be that affected by it. Everybody else, we getting dragged, by the way. So Mars is, like I shared, our inner warrior, aggressiveness, our passion, our willpower, and how we fight for what we want. All right. This is one of the reasons why we may be seeing a lot of external, like in the society, we might be seeing a lot of battles. All right. And this energy goes back to when we was in the Civil War, just to let y'all know. Okay, so all right, and when Mars is tired, Mars will literally put hands and feet on people. So I'm gonna need you to keep your hands, your feet, and all objects to yourself, right? Because jail time is here. Jail time. This is not a joke. All right. So pick and choose your battles. Cancer is the nurturing side of us. All right. Cancer is the zodiac sign of emotions, right? It's the first the first water sign in the water aspect, because we got Scorpio and Pisces. It's the first one. So it's like the oldest one, right? In a sense. Cancer is protective. It's all about the family and the home. So this is the time to redecorate. This is the time to stay at home. And if you don't like staying at home, then that is the sign for you to start going and looking for your new place to stay, right? Some of us use work, we use the gym, we use our significant others' houses, we use our parents' houses, we use everything else but to be at home, right? I know for sure. So I didn't have to grieve so heavily. I was traveling all year last year. It was just April and July that I stayed still. Other than that, I was like, yeah, so I know what it is to run away from healing. All right. So, with that being said, deep feelings are going to arise. Go get a therapist, get yourself somebody who's going to be holding you accountable, but also is going to be nourishing you. All right. That might not be our friends, right? Maybe you have the same story and your friends are tired of it. Or maybe you tired of your friend's story. Maybe you're going to have new people assist you at this time if you allow yourself to. Because the reality is if there's a concern in our lives that we haven't quite adjusted as of yet, and it's been 5 years, 10 years. Hello. It's been 5 years, 10 years. We may have to switch our circle to help that concern dissolve or to begin to heal it. Right? I remember that I used to complain, right, a lot about my family, right? I know my friends were tired of hearing that. And then I remember beginning to stop complaining about them, because if I'm not going to do nothing about it, what the hell am I going to be? And some things we don't have control over. So this is where therapists do come in. They get paid to hear you speak about the same thing over and over. And eventually you might just say, oh my God, I mean, I've been paying you for a year and you haven't helped me. All right. Let's save our friendships as well. So when you combine Mars and Cancer, we have some spice. All right. Instead of direct confrontations, Cancer does something different, where Cancer does a little bit more of an indirector. All right. So Cancer will be more about defending their emotions. So yes, we are going to be defensive at this time. All right. I'm right, you're right, I'm right, you're right. The reality is that you're here to protect your peace. What does that look like? I mean, I'm even getting an image of a child. So like, even if your child is in a space where you feel like you about to break, what can be done during that time? What can you do? Right? And rather than to say, I don't have this, I don't have that, that's what we are looking to shift. Let's begin to call in help. Oh, because I've been doing it all by my. Not anymore. Not anymore. Why? Because you're shifting your mindset. You're not allowing yourself anymore to play that narrative. This is why it's important for us to write down our feelings. I'm like, bro, if your kids get on your nerves, write about them. You know what I mean? Don't show them this video so they can know that I told you, because they still my friends. But write about them and burn it, right? Don't let them find it now, traumatizing them. But write about them and burn it. All right. And then ask yourself, why do they annoy you? Is it because you don't have time for yourself? That's another thing that we look at. All right. That's for the parents. All right. With Mark, okay. Extra sensitivity is on the rise. All right. Even myself, the other day, where Mars was in Leo, I barely could get out the damn bed. That's fire on fire. I'm like, but once Monday came, I was able to get myself together. Allow yourself to be sensitive. That is going to be coming up. All right. Allow yourself to be in a space of knowing that some passive aggressive energy is going to be out there. You might be the passive aggressive one. All right. I know this while I'm staying in the house. I got like 5 placements in Aries. I'm good. I'm good. You know, if I have to go out, I'll go out. If not, I'm okay. I got friends that come and scoop me up, right? Because right now is not the time to be playing around. You could be the trigger to somebody and somebody could be the trigger to you. All right. So I'll share that. All right. The next thing that I want to share about the retrograde, I shared that already. All right. That we're going to be revisiting emotions. All right. We're going to be examining how we've been protecting ourselves or neglecting ourselves. Right. There were some areas, I mean, because I'm transparent. There were some areas in my life that I was neglecting. And my, life was like, me, huh? So if you don't, you don't get it together before life do, it's gone. It's gonna come. All right. And so we also in the space with the retrograde to learning how to assert ourselves. All right. Balancing out what we defend, like I shared earlier, and then also bringing in that energy of, are we shutting down? Right. There's some people when it comes to our emotions where we are unable to express ourselves. I know that I'm still working on expressing myself with my siblings, right? Because there's still this notion of when I share something, when I don't agree with them, and I understand what they're sharing because of their life experience. Oh, like they what I share is um is not valid, right? I can share whatever the fuck I want to share. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you don't have to agree. I'm not asking you to agree, but I'm gonna share. I'm gonna voice, right? Let's not look for people to agree with us, right? Let's be in the space of knowing how to voice ours or what we are thinking, our desires, and move away from who's right and who's wrong. And let's accept that that's how you desire to live. That's not where I desire to be. And that's when you can make a choice again. So there's a lot of analyzation that's happening now. All right. When it comes again with the family, right? Take care of, if you decide to, be sure you check up on your elderlies, on your parents. Again, with Mars and Cancer, a year 9, there could be some endings around that area as well with unresolved conflicts. There's a lot of trauma in each household that some people don't want to face. Do we force the people to face those traumas and fix them if um, or heal them, right? If they don't want to, don't force nobody. Do you, boo boo? Do you? Are they part of your story of why you are angry and upset? And if they are, like my mother was, like my father was, I began to continuously just heal myself and continuously. I'm not saying it's easy. Don't get it fucking twisted, okay? I've been doing this for the last like 12, 13 years. All right. Nonetheless, we have the tools. Things have sped up this year. The last since 2020, I've seen humanity speed up. So the themes for the Mars retrograde, all right? Emotional growth, right? Boundary work. We're going to be, again, how do we accept people putting boundaries on us? Let's start with that. And then how do we open up when it comes to putting boundaries on people and not feeling bad about that? All right? Don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. Repressed anger. Get your ass to the gym. All right? Get your ass to the gym or work out, whatever. Today I did my workout inside my house, right? I had my 5-pound weight, my 3-pound weights, right? Punching the air. Let the energy out. All right. Yes, we may not be feeling motivated, yet this is where the challenge is. How do we release that emotion? We hold our emotions right at our hip flexors, all right? Our lower back, our knees, all right? Shoulders as well, right? How do we release that? Because there's going to be a lot of repressed anger. And again, really heavy on the family, repressed anger on family. Excuse me. And then home and family drama. That's the theme, baby. Right? Allow yourself to see how you approach certain situations. Do you approach it the same way you've been approaching it 5, 10 years ago? Of course, you're going to get the same results. Of course, you're going to argue because you didn't take initiative to shift the way you ask the question. Oh, but why I got to be the one? Are we looking to shift? Then don't bring nothing up at all and go heal on the side on your own. The reality is that we can heal on the side without having to deal with our family. Again, I did that. Reminding ourselves that when it comes to our family, we got the bloodline. If you're healing, that shit's gonna run through the bloodline, and one some way or another, they're gonna heal too. All right, we don't have to carry it along with us. If this year is the last year that you can bear yourself to deal with any family member, even if it is our parents, begin to make peace with the fact that you did the best that you could as a child, as a grandchild, as a cousin, you know. Allow yourself not to let people, when people be trying to uh make you feel guilty. Guilt is part of this energy too. All right. And you don't go make anybody feel guilty. The challenges we have is mood swings. All right. We have passive aggressive energy, and again, that lack of motivation. So how do you, so it's like, oh, you telling me there's gonna be a lack of motivation, but you want me to do stuff. First and foremost, it has to come from somewhere, right? Because many of us have noticed that the energy has been quite easy on us when we are doing things, right? Mars barely goes retrograde, so we've been having the chances to do things. And now that you didn't do anything, now you want to do something, and now you mad because you don't got the motivation. That's also a hint. That's not the route. So yes, this goes back to our willpower. Is it Monday and Wednesdays rather than every day? The first 3 months is like a startup, right? Like you starting up your car. What is this? A motorcycle? My bad. Starting up your motorcycle, starting up your car is the startup, the first 3 months. So what does that look like? You know, even if the lack of motivation, I worked out for 10 minutes. All right. I worked out for 10 minutes. I did yoga for 20. I meditated for 30. That might, that might be, for me, 30 is low because I normally meditate for longer. So 10 minutes for me, I mean, that doesn't work, right? However, for those people who are starting, who only have 10 minutes, meditate while you're using the bathroom in the morning. Meditate while you're in the shower. Just don't fall. You know what I mean? What does meditation look like for you? Get yourself in alignment, write your affirmations. That lack of motivation that's happening the first 3 months is combated with our affirmations, our desires, all right, and our openness to shift. All right. Thriving through this energy is looking like we are actually reflecting on our emotions. All right. We're doing a lot of self-care practices. The lack of motivation goes back to what can you do? Self-care is important. Lotion your fucking legs. Throw away them fucking vegetables out the motherfucking refrigerator, okay? What are we doing? I was gonna wait, but I'm gonna do it now. I challenge y'all, whoever it is that uses Uber Eats. I challenge you to go ahead and pretty much for 2 weeks not to order Uber Eats and to figure out no more family drama, right? And to figure out exactly where your money's going. Because some of us who are, I'm gonna say it, some of us who are complaining about lack of money, you're not checking out your Uber Eats. All right. So self-care, what does that look like? Look at different parts of your life. Self-care in your daily activities, self-care in relationships, self-care at work. All right. Hay comida en casa. That's right. All right. Look in that damn refrigerator. There's food in the goddamn house. All right. Y'all, I'm about to, for the first time, I'm gonna go in. It's not my first. Yes, it is. I'm that type of cookie. I'm gonna do a 3-ingredient cookie. I'm not excited because your girl can't be eating out, so I gotta get me them cookies. All right. Healthy, setting healthy boundaries. What is a healthy boundary? A healthy boundary is when you don't overextend yourself. When you feel comfortable doing something for somebody at the time that you're available. All right. No means no. There's going to be a lot of no's. No means no. And you should honor the other person too. Because some of us are going to get checked too. Like, we are not excluded. Journal and meditating. I know. So here, check this out. If you don't like to journal, here's something that you can do. Throughout the day, write bullet points of things that you have done. And at the end of the week, go ahead. Hey, Angel. Go ahead and write out your summary of what you did throughout the week. That's journaling right there, right? The other part of journaling doesn't have to be what you're doing every day, right? It can literally be one question that you ask yourself. And you guys know that I write a lot of questions on the blogs, so you can always tap into questions there. All right. There's a lot of questions that you can ask yourself, and then just write one page. Journaling is for you, right? Journaling is to release. Journaling is to talk shit. You can talk shit. Who's watching? Who don't talk shit in the fucking journal? And if you don't want people to find it, burn that shit. All right? It makes you feel good. Meditation, we back on that. Yeah. So a 10-minute meditation is quite lucrative for you. What does that mean? Do you just sit down and stay still? I don't know. How do you like to meditate? But I will say I do have a 7-day meditation for y'all here on YouTube that you can start off with that. All right. It's for fucking 7 days. And I think it's like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I think I did 10 minutes meditations. I think it was 10 because I knew how y'all would be feeling. So go and check that out. It hits different areas. All right. Write these dates down because, again, these are the dates that we have to watch out for with this Mars energy. January 20th, all right, is going to have another square with Pluto in Aquarius. So that's the second one with Mars in Aquarius. I mean, with Mars in Cancer and Pluto in Aquarius. And then the third time that they fighting. Oh, yeah, fighting for, right? All right, so check this out. Mars is the lower octave, and then Pluto is the higher octave. What does that mean? That Pluto overrides Mars. Pluto is further into the galaxy, right, than Mars. And so Mars is our personal planet, while Pluto is the generational planet, right? So anybody who's born in the next 20 years, they're going to have Pluto in Aquarius. Isn't a generational. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, not Chiron. I want to say Chiron too. Yeah, Chiron. The planets and the asteroid, they take longer to move around. So many humans are born around the same energy because as a generation, we're here to shift. So those of us who, you know what I mean, we got Pluto and Scorpio, that's a lot of us. Baby. First and foremost, rise up, rise up. my Pluto and Scorpios, because we did a lot. We did a lot. Nonetheless, I digress. So, January 20th, they're gonna have a fight, so it's gonna stir up power struggles. That's a lot, even at work. Don't forget that. Yeah, this energy is cool, but at work is also happening. All right, so there's gonna be a lot of power struggles. Watch out for them annoying ass co-workers or them hating ass co-workers. All right, because if you're going for a higher position, don't tell nobody. All right. There's going to be hidden emotions. A lot of revelations are going to happen at this time. You will be seeing again who is the hating people in your motherfucking life. Avoid manipulation. There's a lot of manipulations happening around this time, and focus on self-awareness. That's going to be for the 20th. February 10th, Mars is going to be doing a nice triangle, right? So there's going to be with Saturn and Pisces, and it's going to offer us emotional clarity. So after all that fighting, you know what I mean? So this is why I say give yourself some time, right? February 10th, which to me is quite okay, because then we have, Valentine's Day, for those of you who celebrate Valentine's Day, 4 days later. All right. So with Mars and Saturn getting together, like I said, it's gonna bring in structure because of that Saturn energy, clarity, also spiritual clarity with Pisces. And it's going to help us set some better intentions for our healing path. So this doesn't mean what I'm sharing is that you have to figure this out in the next 3 months. Negativo. Let's work towards that. You might not get no clarity until February 23rd when Mars goes direct. All right. This information is for you to come back to. All right. Because the reality is that it's for the next 3 months. Tomorrow is a new day, and shit might just go down. You don't know. And then you're going to forget. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, that's right. Mars is in Cancer. All right. And then on the 23rd, like I shared, it's going to go direct, but we still have those 2-week period where it's cleaning up. So the energy is really going to be more cleared up in March. And then April 16, Mars leaves Cancer. Let's take a breath. First and foremost, anybody who has well, I'm about to share right now all the people that's about to be affected. So let's do that. You haven't ordered Uber Eats this year. I like that though. That's right. Come on now. 8 days in. Stop playing. So let's go into, first and foremost, let's go into who is it going to affect. I miss y'all, yo. Y'all, life was beating me up. I was getting smacked. Shout out to everybody who assisted me. All right. I love y'all so much. I'm alive. And then I'm gonna give the rising sign the rising signs where it's gonna be at for y'all. So if you don't know what's your rising sign, literally when you look at your birth chart, when you look at house number 1, there's going to be a zodiac sign. Okay. I'll do a TikTok video and then put it here. I'm gonna do it as soon as I get off of here. I'm gonna show you how to do the rising sign so that you can know. All right, so here's who's gonna be affected, and you're gonna be like, "Damn, is everybody?" Yeah. So we have our Cancer placements. Oh yeah, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars. All right. All right. Cancer placements. Basically, the spotlight is going to be on Pisces rising here. Listen, Pisces, I'm gonna give you the information now, but you go on YouTube and get the rest of it. All right. So you guys are on the spotlight. All right. So the transit is going to bring up deep emotional feelings for y'all. All right. So for y'all to reflect. First and foremost, me and my friends talk about this. Cancer, y'all are and I have to bring it up. In jail, y'all the highest murder cases. The zodiac signs is Cancer. So leave Cancers alone, because they will come after you quietly. All right. So my Cancers, you guys are gonna be highly sensitive. This is the time also for spiritual growth. A lot of tapping into your intuition, a lot. All right. This is going to be also making you irritable, fatigued. So you're gonna be tired. So what does that look like? Take your vitamins, your vitamin B12. Take your vitamins so that when you feel tired and you don't want to be at work and you don't want to be around nobody, you know what I mean? Go take a self-care day. All right. You guys are going to be affected. So put some things on pause and focus on your self-care. We have the cardinal signs. The cardinal signs are the signs that initiate things. Cancer, Aries, Libra. Why I keep doing this? What have I been watching? Y'all know when I watch some stuff, I be picking up the mannerism. Cancer, Aries, and Libra. Cancer, Aries, Libra, Capricorn. All right. Mars retrograde in the cardinal sign, which is Cancer. So the other signs are going to be affected as well. So it might be we might feel tension because we may not be able to start things, or we start things and we don't know how to continue it. So that's going to be happening. All right. So we will be feeling the slowdown. And also, like I said, there might be some delays in our plans. So give yourself a break. Give yourself some time. Tuesdays, this is coming to me now. Tuesdays is Mars energy, right? So with Tuesday being Mars energy, Tuesday might be the days that could help give that extra boost of getting things done. Because again, Mars is about our drive. So the fixed signs, yeah, because y'all got a little something going on. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, because Mars is going to be doing that conjunction and that fight with Pluto. Excuse me, not conjunction, the square with Pluto and Aquarius is going to impact the rest of y'all. All right. So you guys might be feeling a tug of war. All right, between decisions, creativity. All right, your self-expression. Mars is going to go back into Leo later on after April. All right. So Leo, you're going to have a chance to repair yourself. You know, just keep it easy. For y'all, the fixed signs, a lot of the energy is going to be on the collective scale, right? How are you contributing to your society, to your community? If you like, fuck my community, I'm gonna need you to go to a community that you care about. All right. So you can share who you are. Even if it is you in a community and you planting something. All right. Then anybody who has Mars or Pluto energy in their chart that's very strong. Prime example, myself. I have 5 placements in Mars. So this is going to be affecting me drastically. All right. So this goes back to your natal chart. And this goes back to, if you haven't read your natal chart and you would like for me to read it, click up there or down there. I do video natal charts for you guys. Very in depth. For anybody who has gotten a natal chart, let them know how it goes. All right. Then you have the water signs, right? Then y'all like, oh my God, that's everybody. No, that's not everybody. You have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Because again, of that Cancer energy and the emotions, because you guys are water and you're flowing, things is going to be in the same perspective as you, for you, sorry. So you're going to be highly intuitive, highly emotional, a great time again to dive deep into those emotional feelings. Some of those feelings might not even be yours, especially my Pisces. All right. So reconnect with, again, your boundaries and your emotions. Building your boundaries and your emotions. I'm hearing a lot of the water signs too. If you have, for those of you, everybody, whoever has a business, all right, begin to start again blocking yourself, right? Being a business owner, you might be collecting energy from your clients. This is why we talking about protecting yourself. You might be protected, but people that's around you, you know what I mean? All right, so that is coming up too. The people who are could be like, chill, I'm gonna be all right, right? You might be feeling it again, depending if you have high Mars placement, but for the most part, is our mutable signs: Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Pisces, you're gonna be feeling it, like I shared, on the emotional aspect. But again, if you don't have a lot of water placements, it's going to be less effective for you, right? So you guys are, it's not going to be direct. Do you still have to figure out how to get motivated and stuff? Yes, but I do feel like it is going to be a bit more quicker for you guys. All right. The emotional waves are going to be coming in, but go and check your natal chart to see where it's affecting you. All right. Now let's go into the beautiful rising signs. I can give you guys that information. We're doing good time because I'm going to do the elemental reading and then we should be good. Oh, I love y'all so much. Give me 1 second. TikTok, what's up? If you on TikTok and you just met me, my name is Miladies. Go over to Galactic Hood Buddha so you can get some of the scoop and be down with the get down. Don't forget, y'all, when I'm not, y'all don't see me in like a week or two, go over to Buy Me a Coffee, right? And read the blogs. Read the blogs. I'm there. I'm at the blogs, baby. Y'all, I'm drinking salsa water. Never in my life would I have ever thought that I'll be drinking salsa water. You know what I mean? But it really does help out with my stomach. I always felt like salsa water was for, let me not say it, the old people. Bitch, I'm about to be old. Y'all, I'm turning 40. I already said that I was 40. I came 40. Don't ask me what I'm doing because I don't know. I have not known what to do in the last 7 years. Okay. Yeah, since 33. 33 don't fuck my life up. Nah, I didn't. I'm just playing spirit. No, it just took a turn for the spiritual growth in society. Nonetheless, prior to that, I was a party girl, right? I think that's why they allowed me to. Give me 1 second. Let me tell y'all this. I believe that I party hard from the age of 17, and I want to share all the way up to like 33. I party hard, right? Around 26, 27 was when I started chilling on the partying in the clubs and drinking and stuff like that. But then I was partying with like health stuff, right? Take me to a fitness party. I'm there. Anyways, I did a lot of what do I call them? I did a lot of brunch. I did a lot. So when people be asking me what you gonna do for your birthday, I feel like I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I've been able to do what I desired on my birthday. You know what I mean? That when I get to 40, it's just like I'm good. Uh, what I'm gonna do. Anyways, plus I traveled all last year. All right, let me write this. Give me 1 second. And the rising sign advice is for those that could care less about tarot, because I know y'all out there and y'all like the astrology, the logical stuff. I got my logical and my intuitive people in here. I know that. And so, with that being said, the rising sign is for those of you who don't care about tarot, or if you want to combine them, which I would say combine. Did I write it down already? I wrote it. All right, boom. Let's do this. All right, so for my Aries rising, all right, the energy is going to be in your fourth house, right? Which is heavy on the theme. of the next 3 months: home, family, emotional foundations, and your inner security. All right. The advice with Mars retrograde in your fourth house is asking you to revisit your relationship with your home life. Do you like the way your bathroom looks? Do you like the way your kitchen looks? Heck, do you like where you live? And if you do, how can you upgrade it? What have you been thinking about that's going to make you feel more at home? All right. Because I know my Aries, y'all out there just doing mad stuff, being adventurous. Stay home. This is probably going to make you stay home. All right. So this also talks about your roots. Some of y'all who are into generational healing, this is going to be coming up. Ancestral roots, this is also going to be coming up for you guys. All right. You might find out some new things about your family, right? Some secrets might be coming up. This energy right here is going to help you build a stronger foundation, a stronger relationship with who you are, right? Some of y'all might discover, your ancestral bloodline and where they come from, and that now you're going to be able to be in a different space when it comes to your the way you manage your life. Finding out where your ancestors come from does shift your life. I remember one time I got like 7 ancestors that pulled up at one time. Not 7, like several. And it's changed my life because I'm like, oh, who are you? All right. Building your foundation. All right. Focus on healing unresolved issues with families. And then just pretty much, like I said, redecorate, reorganize. That's what's going to be part of your theme. All right. Taurus arising is going to be in the 3rd house, the house of communication, the house of education, the house of neighbors, the house of siblings. All right. So with Mars retrograde in your 3rd house, there might be a delay or plenty of misunderstandings, again, because of that communication aspect. All right. It's going to slow down before it starts getting better for you, obviously after February 23rd. So be careful with your text messages, phone calls, butt dialing. You know what I mean? And just this passive aggressive energy that could be happening, especially when you're sending out an email with your boss. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm getting this image, but I'm getting this image of somebody like doing a voice text and then they saying the wrong thing and then it sends. So write things out, okay? Impulsiveness comes up, so think twice before you react, okay? And then revisiting ideas. So if you have a project that you haven't finished, or certification that you haven't finished, get to it. Conversations that you haven't had or would like to have, get to it. All right. And then refreshing your perspective on these projects and conversations. You left them probably there because you didn't know how you was going to be able to navigate through them. And now you may have an idea to do so because you have some time to reflect. All right. Journal and speak your truth. That's going to be the key to help you heal. All right. But don't focus on who's this? Sorry. If you're not ready, don't make that your main focus. Come on, TikTok. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. There we go. TikTok acting up. All right. Gemini rising is going to be the 2nd house, the house of your finances. All right. So this immediately talks about, making sure that you are managing your finances in a proper way. Maybe you wild out. And so now with Mars and Cancer in your 2nd house, is bringing awareness to where your where you exchange your money, where you should not be circulating your money. I was going to say spending, pardon me, circulating your money. So this talks about also Where are your resources coming from? This also talks about assistance. Where are the resources coming from? Some of y'all are probably going to find out there's some inheritance that are happening, or some inheritance that are slowing down as well, because the second house is about inheritance. All right. But for the most part, you're gonna feel the heaviness of your abundance, feeling like you might feel like it's stuck. You might be feeling like, oh, somebody's doing something to me. It's the planets. All right. So some emotions might come up. Be aware of any hidden charges. Be aware of anything that comes up out of the blue when it comes to your car, when it comes to expenses for your children, for yourself. Like, you know, I do feel like you guys are gonna have some surprises when it comes to money, and how you can do better. All right. Cancer rising, first house. It would be the first house, right? Because Mars is there to help you with your identity. All right. Mars is there to help you with your self-expression and to develop your personal power. I like that for my Cancer risings. Not for nothing. Rise up. That's right. Revolutionize. Don't let people take advantage of you. All right. Mars retrograde. It's personal for you since it's in your first house, so you might feel emotionally drained or uncertain about who you are right now. That happens. The identity crisis happens. All right. Allow yourself to figure things out. I want to share, go talk to somebody that doesn't know you so that they can give you some extra advice as well. All right. Slow reconnect with yourself. Take care especially of your physical and your emotional body. That's what's going to be. I could see some of my Cancer placements. If you feel like you desire to get in shape, this is going to be a great time for you to do so, from an emotional perspective, right? So any of my emotional eaters, you'll be able to figure things out for yourself, get healthier snacks and things like that. All right. Get back to what your desires are and put yourself first. For Leo rising, the Leo rising is going to be in your 12th house. All right. So in your 12th house is all about the subconscious mind. So it's about spiritual growth. It's about taking rest. The 12th house is also about the unconscious mind and the collective as well. So you might be getting a lot of messages when it comes to the collective. All right. So the advice here is um don't deal with anything that you don't have to deal with. Rest as much as you can. Meditation, yoga, things like that will be great for my Leo risings. All right. Old fears are going to be rising up because the 12th house is about ending, right? As well. It does, for those of you who, you know, fuck with the spirits. My bad, y'all. For those of you who navigate with the spirits, this is a great time to connect with the other side. So for those of you who are mediums, tarot readers, you're going to be able to retrieve a lot of messages. So downloads, that's what, you know, us in the spiritual community call it. So are you scared? So for a lot of my Leo risings, the real question is, are you scared to tap into your wisdom and what you have to share? Are you scared to bring in the downloads? Are you scared to, you know, not be in your body and meditate and things like that? That could be coming up for you. So prioritizing your sleep, again, meditating and having alone time. Alone time is very important. All right. Virgo risings is in the 11th house. So for my Virgo risings, the theme is friendship. Oh, yeah. Friendship, social circles, and future goals. Because Virgos, I know for sure you guys have that ability to capture the future goals. Mars in your 11th house, all right, is bringing reflection on your social connections. Are the people in your circle aligned with your values and growth? Think about that. That's a question for you. All right. You may experience some tension, all right, with your friends. Hold on, y'all. Look at my lips be dry. Y'all don't be telling me. All right. This area for you is who's coming for the long run. For my Virgo rising, who's coming for the long run. Focus on the quality over quantities when it comes to friendships, as well as the 11th house is society. So if you are a business owner, or if you're somebody who works in the community for people, as far as like social worker, caregiver, nurses, all of those things. What is your relationship with the future and that? What is your relationship with your job? Do you like the way the policies that are being built in your job to help the community? Do you like that? Right? Or do you want to go to a place where it's more conducive to helping the community rather than to just be numbers? So that's not for everybody, but for the most part, my Virgo risings, there's a bit of work to do there when it comes to how you want to reevaluate and show up in society. The Libra risings is all about your career, your public image is on the 10th house, and authority. All right. Whoo, I just felt this rush. Y'all gonna be on fire, my Libra rising. So Libra rising, the retrograde is going to bring delays. Why I mean that you guys are gonna be on fire because y'all gonna be frustrated. All right, you're gonna be frustrated because you don't know if you want to be there anymore. Whatever it is, there's a big decision that has to do with your public image where you are no longer gonna go towards. So it's quite intense, right? So don't rush to make big decisions. Yes, you may not enjoy your job, and you can work on your resume rather than to quit right then and there because of something that escalated. All right. For some of y'all who are in the union, you better use that union job. Use that union to pay them for. All right. And you guys have the same theme in the sense of like, because the 11th house, 10th house, 9th house, that's all, and 12th house is all the collective houses in a sense, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so with that being said, you guys have to do a lot with society. So it goes back to, do you like the job that you're in? Do you like how they're treating people? Do you like how you're treating people? All right. Do you like how you're treated by your job? So bring in strategies. Strategies is what's going to help you in the long run. While you may want to do things quick, right? Impulsiveness, strategize. All right, Libras. Have patience. Have patience. Scorpio rising is in the 9th house. All right. So the theme here is about spirituality, higher education, expansion, travel. All right. So here, what's going to happen is if you have anything in the 9th house, there could be some uncertainties within your belief system. You might switch religions, right? You might not, and that's okay. Like, who the fuck is watching you? Maybe those words don't resonate with you. Maybe, that religion doesn't and this one does. And you can shift it. So you're going to be in that space of figuring out what is your spirituality, where is it that you desire, what is it that you desire to believe in. All right. There's going to be uncertainty in the bigger picture of your goals. I ain't saying this was going to be fun. Sharing this information, right? Because I can hear y'all Scorpios rising. Sharing this information is to give you awareness on how you can turn it around. So we're going to turn it around, but we're also going to sit down and figure out, what is the big picture. There could be some delays in traveling as well as education. Some of y'all might even take a break from school right now because, again, you don't know if you want to keep doing that. So there's a lot of that's happening. All right. But this is going to be a chance for you to explore what you truly desire and what inspires you. When we first started going to school, we had this mindset, we had this thought, we knew what we wanted to do. And a year later, you met somebody who told you that being an environmentalist is going to be better route for you, or maybe you got a tarot reading, or you seen your astrology chart and things like that. Things change, all right? All right. So revisit old dreams and focus on uh, what your mind is showing you. Be patient with yourself. Like, be honest with yourself when it comes to your belief system. Write it down. Be honest with you. Sagittarius rising is in the 8th house. Transformation, intimacy, other people's resources, money, real estate. That's the energy of the 8th house. All right. So for those of you who have a Sagittarius rising, yeah, Sagittarius rising, it's important for you to hold off. I'm gonna say everybody, but especially y'all, hold off on getting a home or moving at this time. All right, there's some stuff that's going to be showing up. All right, so the advice here is to check your emotions. Shit is about to be stirring up. Pluto rules the 8th house. All right, so that means that a lot of that Pluto energy might be coming up for you. So fear immediately, right? Fear around intimacy, fear around control, fear around your finances might be coming up. How do you combat those fears, right? Facing reality about your finances, facing reality about your intimacy, going to talk to somebody, and then implementing some action plans. Implementing meaning you get them started. You know what you desire to do to get things going, so that when Mars goes direct, you'll be able to have those plans figured out for yourself. All right. Old wounds are going to be resurfacing. How are you going to be healing them? And in addition to that, how you're going to be shifting your focus on creating new boundaries for yourself when it comes to relationships, and share resources. If you've been, I call it sponsoring, giving people money and things like that, how do you build a boundary where maybe you don't feel guilty about not helping somebody out when they need your help, but they haven't paid you back? All right. Share resources also talks about, now I'm about to, hold up. They feel like these entities, like, nah, they probably want me to start channeling. Not over here. um, my bad, y'all. If you know, you know. Oh, share resources. I was talking about share resources. Share resources can also be joint bank accounts. You put your name on a house, on a loan for somebody. All those things are going to be resurfacing. So that could bring up anger if people haven't paid back. All right. So don't be shy to dive deep into your feelings. Don't be shy to express yourself, because the reality is that you don't want none of this to weigh you down. Capricorn rising. All right. The theme, the 7th house, is about partnerships, relationships, counseling, bringing in balance, entrepreneurship, all of that. All right. So what's going to happen? Retrograde is going to be repressed, right? So the 7th house, the spotlight is, give me 1 second, because the 7th house, Cancer also rules. Does Cancer? No, Cancer rules the 7th house for us. Oh shit. For this energy, I'm a Capricorn rising, y'all. You can tell how I wrote this, and then I'm figuring it out, right? So what's gonna happen here is one-on-one relationships is going to be fiery. What that means is that there could be some disputes in these one-on-one relationships. All right, there could be conflicts with your clients. There could be conflicts with the way you share your communications with anyone, because the 7th house again has to do with you and somebody else. So if you have a business partner and you're a Capricorn rising, there might be some shifting that's going to happen. All right. If you're married, there's some shifting that's going to happen as well. All right. So here, you might feel the need to reassess how you're showing up in partnerships. All right. And focus on finding balance and avoiding the passive aggressive energy or any of that power struggle, like those egoistic energy. Let's see how we could, like, bring it down a little bit. Bring it down a little bit. The takeaway here is the relationships that are in front of you are a mirror of you. All right. So if you're talking shit about somebody, you're talking shit about yourself. All right. Use the time to reflect, all right, on what you're learning with these relationships. And remember, we don't have to leave. Like, they should pay me. I don't even know why I'm promoting this. Not shut up and work. All right. Anyways, see how you can consciously go through some relationships without having it to be so what word you gonna let me use? Tormented, right? Leaving trauma or anything like that. Aquarius rising, the 6th house. All right, my Aquariuses, get your ass in the gym. Aquarius rising, this talks about your health, your daily routine, and your job. Yes, because the 2nd house, the 6th house, and the 10th house all rules our work homes. And so you're also going to be figuring out if the job that you're doing is for you. Am I eating the way I should be eating? Am I, with some of y'all shifting age, you thinking about how can you stay healthier? So that's going to be coming up. Have you been neglecting yourself? So that's another thing that's going to be coming up for yourself. I would say don't beat yourself up. Start from scratch. Those old daily routines that you used to have, just because you was comfortable with it and you seen results then, shift it now. Now is the time for you to do something else when it comes to your daily routine. Maybe you used to wake up at 5:30 and that worked 5 years ago. Now you wake up at 6. What can you do? I feel like with my Aquarius risings for the next 3 months, build a daily routine that slowly rises up, right? Okay, I just want to make sure the mic is still on. That slowly rises up. It goes from 10 minutes to 15 minutes to 30 minutes, right? I figured out that I choose to take 2 hours in the morning for my self-care, right? Was I being ambitious? No. It's been a very long time that I've learned how to build my daily routines. And the reality is that I do. And I've practiced it over and over again. It's like, yeah, I need 2 hours. So how much time do you need or desire to carve out, Aquarius rising, all right, for your daily routines? Because that's what's coming up. Are you overworking yourself? If overtime is not paying you, don't do it. All right. And then Pisces rising is the 5th house, is the creativity house, is the house of romance. All right. And the house of a good time and self-expression. Pisces rising, the advice here, Mars in your 5th house is asking you to reconnect with what brings you joy. Right. The 5th house also has to do with children. All right. Reconnecting, my Pisces risings, with your children could be beneficial, or connecting with your inner child can also be beneficial. The 5th house is also about gambling. So if some of y'all are gamblers out there, beware. All right. You might feel blocked in your creativity. This is why it's important to go back to doing some inner child work, because our inner child never leaves us, no matter how many times we think I healed my inner child. First and foremost, once we heal our inner child, our inner child want to keep playing. Like, bro, you just started coloring the other day. Yes, I like it, but can we color? Can we do some colors? Can we jump rope? Right? I mean, Not everybody's jumping rope, but you can see here that your creativity is going to be having some difficulties. The best way to tap into your creativity is to, you know, be creative rather than to sit there and be like, oh my God, I don't feel the inspiration. Create inspiration for yourself at this time. All right. There's going to be some uncertainties in your romantic life as well, right? So figuring out what love means to you again is also that type of energy that's coming up. And then take some time to reflect on what you truly, truly feel lights you up. You have Pisces rising. You also have Saturn and Pisces. So there's been a lot of structure happening with Pisces, Sun, Moon, rising, any placements in Pisces. There's been a lot of structure. So I know you've been going through some stuff. All right. So really tap into your heart and see what naturally flows out of you during this time. All right, y'all. That's for all the risings. But all right. So with that being said, Pisces rising. All right. So we're gonna do it all because I don't know when I'm gonna show up again. You feel me? Now I might show up next week or Friday. Don't forget to give me a like while you're here. Stop acting like you don't like me. Let's get these elemental readings. If you don't know what elemental readings are, I deal a lot with the elements because I do feel like they bring in that feeling, fire, water, earth, air, right? Rather than to be like Aries, and plus I get to put y'all all in a category together. So I like doing this elemental reading so that you guys can get an idea of how this energy is affecting us. Share this video with your favorite peoples. Don't forget that I still have the 2025 readings happening to the end of this month. I did have to take the last 2 weeks of December to reschedule, people. So we back on it. All right. You're looking to do you're looking for support when it comes to your health. I got you. You're looking for support when it comes to your meditation. I got you. Just go ahead and look for all the information. It's down below, baby. All right. We active. Get your natal chart reading. I also have the astro cartography. So if you are into just a lot, I have enough services. If you're into the travel aspect of your life and you want to know how astrology affects your travels, how it affects where you're at in the United States, North America, South America, you know what I mean? Where is your energy? Where is the planets at? How does where you live affect you, right? I got services for that too. I got into astrocartography, I think like 2016, because that's when I went to Cali, and that was the first time I had a bad time traveling. And I didn't understand why. And then I realized that I had Saturn planetary line going through Cali, and I was not supposed to be doing what I was doing in Cali. I was supposed to be, anyways, Saturn did its thing because I didn't have a great time. But I learned from that time to travel using astrology so I can have a better time. So anywhere where my Pluto line is at, or where Uranus, or where motherfucking Saturn is at, I'll take my time visiting because those are some real radical changes. I love you so much. Blessings to you too, Angel. We gotta reconnect. I love you. All right. So let's do this. For those of you who are on TikTok, hop over to YouTube. Go give me a like, baby. All right, so the first one that we're going to do before the angels and archangels, thank you so much for being here, for protecting us, for guiding. Woo, we're about to do this elemental reading. We're going to go with the popular water signs. Hold on, y'all, because I need to know if... All right, I just wanted to make sure that all the cards were not upright or reversed, because sometimes, you know, I'll be fixing. Yeah. All right, so in the reverse, you guys have the 9 of material. So this is the part where I have to do this to the light. All right, so the 9 of materials in reverse. So what does that mean? Right now, pour into yourself. All right, this has to do with our abundance. So for... y'all let me know if I'm still on. For my water signs, sun, moon, and rising, pour into yourself. Pour into yourself, self-love, self-care during this time, which makes a lot of sense. Don't worry about nobody else. Will you be going through portals? That's what I was talking about. Yeah, you're going to be going through some stuff. And I do feel like my water signs are going to be going through multiple things. But do you see that hand? That hand, to me, is God, source, universe, and whoever it is that you believe in pouring into you, or you surrendering. All right, so my water signs, it's time to surrender to this energy and what it's bringing towards you, rather than what is taken away from you. Because either ways, this could look like, you know, when you're pouring something upside down and it's being taken away. So I do feel like my water signs, you guys are being emptied out for the next 3 months. And then with the material, it does talk about our self-worth, right? Our self-worth, as well as our abundance. Where is your money mindset, right? Pour all of the money mindset that puts you in lack out and begin to start pouring into yourself, right? Surrender not wanting to look at your finances and get a financial advisor, water signs. All right. I'm hearing what you're scared of. It's not as big as you think it is. All right. So with that being said, allow yourself to surrender when it comes to your material side, things that you have to let go of, especially if you're cleansing out your home with the energy of Mars and Cancer. Begin to release things. Allow yourself to do so. With the rolls right here at the stomach, I do feel like also when it comes to your health, it's guiding you to be more in tune with your health. With the roses, for those of you who enjoy doing spiritual baths, during this time, self-love spiritual baths will be good for you as well. All right. And the reality is that for the next 3 months, it's all about you. Yes, you have other people who are part of your experience, but the reality is, if you can't even figure out your own experience, how can they be there? So begin to figure out your experience, because some of those people might not be there by the time these 3 months is up. All right. Some extra advice for my water signs. Why am I creating enjoyable moments to celebrate daily? That's your mantra. All right, your affirmation. Why am I creating enjoyable moments to celebrate daily? I got hype. Let me say it again. Why am I creating enjoyable moments to celebrate daily? All right, so that when that emotional aspect comes in, throw that card right in there. Keep saying that to yourself, because the way when you ask why, your mind has no choice but to show you. Just like when you ask people what time it is and everybody starts pulling out their watch, it's the same thing. Using affirmation to shift your mindset works wonders. So working especially on your mental is also important at this time, water signs. All right. Who's next? Go, 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 go. We got the fire signs because we getting beat up. Let's go. At least Leo and Aries. Sagittarius out there. Do you, boo-boo? Fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Thank you, angels and archangels, for being here, protecting and guiding. What is the message? Ooh, the two of voice. Oh, excuse me, the seven of voice. So seven, spiritual. So for this, the next 3 months, it's all about you speaking up for yourself, you allowing spirit. So for those of you who channel, let spirit speak through you, right? Stop being, you see what the just stop being afraid, stop wearing a mask, right? One of the things is stop wearing a mask. Allow yourself to be demasked. Is that a word? Allow yourself for your mask to get taken off the next 3 months and see yourself for who you truly are. There's a lot of reflecting that is happening at this time for you as well. All right. And then I also feel like your heart chakra is being activated at this time. And in the back, you can see that there's a lot of sticks, right? So I also feel like that's the debris that's you keeping inside for my fire signs. So there's levels to this, as you can see. These are layers. So there's layers to your healing in the next 3 months. The main important thing is to start. You see how she's right here? Get started. Reflect. Reflection is very, very important for you guys. For my fire signs. I do feel, right? You allow yourself to reflect. Once you get yourself to reflecting for the next 3 months, you'll be able to get started. Once you get started, you allow yourself to go through these different shifting and changing, right? Adding forgiveness, daily activities where you're taking care of yourself, all of that good stuff, right? You get here and you begin, you see that is bright enough. You begin to elevate and allow yourself to truly be this version of yourself, right? There's many versions that we have created on ourselves, right? We've created plenty of versions. So this one is like, what version is this one? Once you let go of all of this, what are your desires? I do feel like you're being protected. Whoever has a spirit animal, that's a fox. You know what I mean? Meditate with that spirit animal. Overall, there's a lot of energy for my fire signs that is requiring to be released so that you can get to the next level. What next level is that for you? Is it the next level of your career? Is it the next level of your love life? I do feel like for my fire signs, it is gearing towards your love life as well. Your mental is going to be active, especially with that 7 is going to be spiritually active. So I would say journal. Stop it. Stop. Why do I invite miracles into my life? Why do I invite miracles into my life? Why do I invite miracles into my life? Do y'all see that? Y'all can't make this shit up. Let me not focus on the comments. I'm gonna have to go back, y'all. But do you guys see this? This right here talks a lot about where we're at in alignment. A lot of spiritual growth is gonna happen. So the affirmation that you can get back to is, why do I invite miracles into my life as you're going through this? And the miracle could be as simple as you gaining clarity through a difficult situation. Miracles could be anything, baby. Miracle can happen to those who love the Lord. Is my mic still on? Yeah, baby. Come on. Come on, Cletus. All right. We have my air signs. The angels and archangels, thank you so much for being here, for protecting and for guiding. Gemini, Aquarius, Libras. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Some of y'all are going to start blogging for my air signs. You guys are going to be blogging. First, y'all going to be scared. It's going to be on the low. First and foremost, stop being scared. Start that blog. I see others of y'all doing a social media account and using your hands to show what you're selling, but nobody's going to know it's you. I like that. Don't let nobody know. Yo, look at the hands. Look at the hands. Look at the fucking hands. Look at the hands. Oh my God, yo. The 5 of materials. So here what I'm seeing is for my air signs, you guys are going to, okay, so there's a lot going on here. A moment where you guys don't want to do anything. A moment during these 3 months where you don't want to do anything and you're going to be going through your dark night of the soul. This is the first time I used it today. So I do feel like you guys are going to be in the space of releasing a lot, right? We have that Pluto and Aquarius energy. So Aquarius, you're going to be going through some stuff. Combine it with the rising sign advice, especially for my air signs. And it's going to help you build a plan for yourself. So specifically for you guys, the intentions that you might have created for my air signs for 2025, take a pause on that. Save that for the last 6 months of the year, from June to December. Right now, your emotions are really calling in. All right. And releasing the past. That's what I'm getting with this card, releasing the past. The 5 of material, especially those. So when I said that I seen somebody's hand be on social media, your desire is to make content to make money. But with the 5 of materials, your mind is not allowing you to feel like this is possible. So for my air signs, working on what is possible for you to create in the next 6 months is quite important, right? Because the reality is that your fear of not succeeding could push you back. Your fear of not succeeding could push you back. And you can just feel defeated. Materials is also about self-worth. So for the next 3 months with Mars in Cancer, work on your confidence, work on your solar plexus. All right. Work on your sacral chakra, work on whoever it is out there, work on your 7 chakras. All right. This is the time, if you know a Reiki practitioner, go out there. You're looking for some business advice, go look for a business advisor, because what you're going to be creating, you might be blocking it. This goes also not just for business and those who are looking to be content creators. This also talks about relationships. Some of my air signs, you guys have, this goes back to like the combined resources and things like that. Some of y'all are ending things within the next 3 months, and you got to start from scratch. You don't know how to start from scratch. So this feels like the person that was helping you out, and then it's just like, it's unreachable. So there's this sense of unreachable energy for the next 3 months. Cancel that. Whatever it is that you desire, begin to start feeling like it's reachable. All right. With support. I do feel like my air signs get support for the next 3 months, because it's going to be a doozy. Well, and as you can see, the person, once I'm getting like this energy of like, once this person figures out that they can get up and walk through the door, that's when things are going to be much easier. But if you can't look back and see that the door is open and that you can move, it's going to feel like for the next 3 months, you're kind of stuck. Spirituality. Why am I feeling stable as Mother Earth nurtures me? Why am I feeling stable as Mother Earth nurtures me? Not her being on the floor and then talking about Mother Earth. All right. Do I got that white stuff? I'll be trying. I'll be trying. So we have a mental and 2 spiritual cards. All right. We almost there, baby. We almost there. Thank y'all for staying and watching. I love y'all so much. Hey, Tracy. Yes, girl. Gabby. I did a white bath and boiled dry rose to it. Someone said add the protective rose in there too. Okay. That's right. For those of you who do baths, get that going. All right. Last but not least, we got our earth signs. Well, I feel this energy of my earth signs just being mad hype. Like, yeah. I don't know why. Oh, I guess I know why. Especially Capricorns. Capricorn is, y'all feeling loosey-goosey. Because Pluto ain't putting the foot on your neck. All right. So we have 3 materials. So a lot of so majority of the collectives, you guys are worried about your self-worth and money. Because you have the 3 of materials for the earth signs in reverse. So what I'm getting for the earth signs here is who's part of my community, right? In reverse, it's like I do feel like you guys are gonna be tapping more into friendship. Who's helping me out? Like you can see here, the ladies are supporting each other. So who is helping me out and who's taking away from me? Capricorns, I'm getting this energy, especially for Capricorns, starting from scratch. This is energy of starting from scratch. All right. But for all of you guys, I do feel like some of you have been building your finances and now you're able to do something with it. And now you don't know if you want to use it for that. Right. So the next 3 months is, am I going to be using what I saved to purchase that? Am I going to use what I saved for what it needs to be saved for? Or you may have to tap into what you save to pay for something else. Because once again, this energy of the material of finances is coming up really strong for my earth signs, where there might be some things that you guys have to pay for that you didn't think that you were going to pay for. So watch out for that. I do see growth within the next 3 months. The weaving of the braid, I want to say somebody's hair, right? The weaving of the braids talks about how some of the earth signs think they're not connected to other people. And it's just like, yeah, no, you're very much connected. You might have been connected from day one. So where do you release? I got this energy of my earth signs of releasing, right? So focus on releasing, focus on nurturing yourself for these next 3 months. And then honestly, where are you building your foundation? So some of you guys may be feeling like, yeah, my foundation is a bit shaky around this time, and I desire to shift that. So that might mean eliminating some people out of your life in order for your foundation to be stable again. So you can see it's 3. 3 is also mind, body, and soul, but it's not 4, which means that things might not be so stable. 4 is stability, is our foundation. For you guys, work on your root chakra. Definitely work on your root chakra. When it comes to your finances, honestly, it's that mindset. I feel like some of y'all may have to look at your finances, look how much you bring in. so that you can make great decisions. There will be some instability within your finances had you not created a plan as of yet. So again, don't be surprised with some things. Manifest the money back. This is when your candles come in handy, if you do use the candles, or some Bible verses that brings in abundance. Emotional. Why do I listen and take time to understand other people? It goes back to what I shared here about other people, about you being connected to other people. So it goes, why do I listen and take time to understand other people? When you take time to listen and understand where that person is going, it gives you the ability to make a better decision if you desire to be in their life anymore. I feel like we should look at it that way. Instead of saying, I don't want you in my life. No, I'm going to, which is what I do. I'm going to exit myself out of your life. You don't even have to make the decision, boo boo. I can take myself out. I don't need you to take yourself out. Bitch, is my life. All right. Don't let me get hyped. All right. The messages are out. Don't forget, we still in Capricorn season. I put out some information on the Capricorn season. Go look at that. I would advise y'all to grab a notebook. Get a notebook. Get a notebook for this year, for 2025, so you can see how you have evolved. All right. Write things down. Last year, I didn't get to. I wrote things in bullet points. That's why I was able to share with you guys to write things in bullet points. However, I didn't read any books, as much books as I would have loved to read. Right. So that's why I'm starting now to read this book. Do certain things that you weren't able to do last year and that you desire. Right. We're still in the ending year. Prayer is dope as fuck. Okay. Seriously, spend a little time asking the universe for what you desire, even if you're speaking into the void. At the very least, you'll hear your own wish list and get a better idea of what you really do want. You might even figure out what the first baby step is to getting it. At the very best, there's a strong as what is that? Okay, there's a strong as genie girl in the sky who magically grant you all your wishes. That was kind of like long right there. In other words, what I just told y'all, stop playing. First and foremost, if you haven't started the oath of manifestation on your own, go ahead and do that. I have a video on TikTok where you can just look at it and you can say it with me every morning. All right. The oath of manifestation will help, right? It's not a prayer. It's an oath for your abundance and for magical things to come in. All right. There's decrees that you can add to your life. All right. There's affirmations, there's affirmations, there's videos on YouTube that are in the loop so that you can get out of your own way. Let's make it happen. And this is for the collective. All right. All right. I love y'all. Hey, Tracy. Yes, go back and see it. Yes, this is why we stick to the Murph fam. Yes, we do. All right, y'all. It's been a long 2 hours. Y'all already know I miss y'all. And we off this. Go read the blog. Give me a like. I love y'all. All right. TikTok was popping.